Right. Well, yeah, you can talk now.
Okay. Well, my job is to teach kids math, and this is my 10th year teaching math. My favorite thing about my job, other than getting summers off and working with great students and all that, is I really enjoy the structure of teaching. I know exactly what I'm going to do every single day, and I just get to perfect what I've been doing. If you've ever seen me teach, you probably know that I am disproportionately passionate about mathematics. There are, well, I can't think of many more people who like math than I do, except for maybe Mr. Burchell. He'd be right up there. But I get very excited helping students make connections between things that they've learned before and what they're currently learning. What was your early life like? Well, I like to tell people that I was born and bred to be a math teacher. My mother was a social worker, and my father was a civil engineering professor at a college near where I grew up. And so I had the perfect combination of nurturing and math background. So growing up, though, I always thought that I would follow my father's footsteps and become an engineer. However, it became clear as I started to take courses in college that I really had no passion for sitting in an office all day long. I really needed more human contact than that. And so I went into the field of education, and I've not regretted it since. Anyone inspire you to be a math teacher? Well, when I had the option of deciding what I wanted to teach, I was already on the way to becoming an engineer, so I'd already taken a lot of math, so certainly that was one of the big considerations. But I'd also thought about becoming a history teacher, and maybe a PE teacher. I played sports growing up, and I was particularly good at baseball. But I had some really great math teachers in high school after a series of terrible math teachers. And they really kind of inspired me and got me to believe that being a math teacher was not just a great job, it was a great lifestyle. You can do a lot of great work in your free time. And these guys would tell stories of all the interesting things that they were doing. And so that was, I'd say particularly my pre-calculus and calculus teacher in high school, Mr. Smith and Mr. Gibbons, were some of my inspirations. The hardest thing about teaching would, you might think that it was dealing with annoying students or something like that. But I would say the most frustrating thing about my job is certainly doing everything that you possibly can to get a student to learn something and just have them fail. When students don't get the success that I am hoping that they will get, that is certainly defeating, especially when you put a lot of effort into modifying the curriculum or making accommodations for them, or just investing your own personal time. And when they don't succeed, that's very difficult to deal with. The most annoying thing about students, well, to tell you the truth, in order to be annoying, I would have to have high expectations and then have them not meet them. But truth be told, my expectations for students, as far as their behavior goes, is actually pretty low. And so I'm very rarely truly annoyed by students because, well, I just don't expect them to not be annoying. I expect, the kids that I teach, 7th and 8th graders, they're just kind of by nature annoying. And so that's really what I expect. How did you try to prevent the annoying actions or behaviors from happening? Well, I would would say the best way to keep a student from being annoying is to keep it busy. And so if you've ever been in my class, you know that there's very little downtime. We're working the entire period. But, you know, that's not foolproof. Students are annoying regardless of what you do. Do you regret anything about your career choice? Well, I would have to say no, absolutely not. Education has taken me to many places in the world. You know, if you look at the spectrum of time and money, being a teacher has been able to give me both, and I have enough money to do the things that I would like to do. I have money to give to other people. And most importantly, I have time to spend with my family, with my wife and my children. I don't have to sacrifice any part of their life growing up. And so it's been the perfect balance. And I really feel that God has called me to be a teacher, and that has also set my mind at ease. You know, when you are doing what God has intended for you to do, you have a lot of peace about it.
Yay.
How do I do? 5 minutes?